You guys, have you had a look of how things are actually becoming more difficult? People are losing their jobs every day. The economy is becoming unbearable. The dollar rate is like something else. And also in business, people in the business world are also complaining. I do not know what is your take regarding this, and I feel during this kind of tough economic times it is very wise and very good to make sure that you are well equipped, to make sure that even your mental health is doing well, to make sure that you have a very proper plan, because it's gonna hit all of us whether we like it or not. And hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Karinge, and if at all it is your first time coming over here, don't forget to like that video and also subscribe. And now guys, now that we are talking of hard economic times, I'm pretty sure that most of you will agree with me that we are actually in some very hard economic times. But then the question is this the right time to start a business? Is this the right time to start a business? Are we able to take care of our basic needs? We still got debt that we need to pay. We still got savings to to take care of, because it doesn't mean that during tough economic times people are not going to get sick. Emergencies are not going to come. Definitely they are going to come, and they might actually hit you unprepared. And actually guys, in our today's video, I would want us to have a look at how are we going to survive during this economic and tough economic times. And this is actually my own personal take. You can also leave yours on the comment section. And one of the things that I feel that one should have during these tough economic times is those things that you must have. And what are they? Of course, you need food, you need shelter. Of course, I'm assuming you have clothing. You do not have to buy new ones. If they are not worn out, no need to buy new ones. Again, we've got to take care of things like insurance, and especially something like the health insurance. We will also need to plan about how are we going to take care of our debts, because some of us have actually got debt and they need to be taken care of. And when you are facing tough economic times, one of the things that you wouldn't want to be left behind is something that you wouldn't want it to be left behind. It's like something like rent. You need to make sure that your rent is actually paid on time, because imagine you are mentally disturbed because maybe your business is not working as usual, and then here comes school fees are not paid, rent is not paid, and someone wants maybe to close your house. And sometimes we have to understand them, because watu pia wamechukua loans. Hizi nyumba, some of them is a loans, and they still need to pay that loan to the bank or else maybe. So for anybody who is actually having a business, there are several tips that I feel that they are going to make sure that your business survive, because during tough economic times most of the businesses, they fail. And one of the things that you can actually have is to make sure that you keep your expenses low. Keep your expenses low. And if at all keeping those expenses low or down, it means that you'll need to go to a cheaper house rent, then go for it. If this means that you'll need to transfer your kids from a very high expensive school to a cheaper one, or to a public school, then go for it, because at the end of the day the business is going to be down, the earnings are going to be down, and at the end of the day you don't want to drown in this entire thing. Point number 2 on which you can actually reduce your expenses, this could include, maybe it's high time that you look for cheaper suppliers. Probably you have been buying your commodities from an expensive supplier. It's high time to look for a supplier who is going to offer you commodities at a cheaper cost, because this one means that you'll be saving something. And one of the ways is, for example, if you have been taking your goods locally, probably you can now decide that maybe it's time to import, because once you import, there isn't that the chain of the suppliers, it's actually reduced, and this way you are going to reduce the overall cost of purchasing this product. Again, you can also try to push your supplier to reduce the cost, or to reduce the cost of buying these commodities, so that you can be left with a coin also. Something else that I can actually say is that if need be, and if things are becoming actually very tough, there's nothing wrong with changing your business model. There's nothing wrong with you changing ways in which you conduct your business. For example, you would find someone who had actually a physical shop. Maybe they decide to close it down, not that because they are out of business, but it's because they are trying to cut that, rent cost and etc. And maybe you can decide or plan on, you can plan on conducting an online shop, and this is actually possible. But as much as maybe you will decide that you want to take a different business model, maybe move from a physical shop to an online shop, make sure that you are well equipped with the right skills on social media marketing, because otherwise it might become your downfall. Because if at all you are this kind of a person who just you expect that once you boost, you do not have the right skills. For example, when it comes to Facebook, you think that once you boost your product on Facebook, that is it. You need to make sure that you are well equipped with the skills on how you are supposed to do this. How are you supposed to play around with the algorithm so that they can actually generate some income. This one you need to be, as much as you change a business model, whatever perspective you have or idea you have, make sure that you have done enough research, because otherwise it can actually make things turn around. The other thing is that you need to identify ways in which you are going to generate revenue. If only you had one business, if only you had just your employment, you need to think and structure things out. How can you get that extra income? Because, well, things are becoming tough. The dollar is, increasing day in, day out. No one is actually giving you more earnings. The earnings are the same, and things can actually become tough. So look for ways. How can you be able to generate that extra income? If it means that maybe after work, for example, let's say you're employed, it means that you will start selling some few things in the evening, then go for it. If it means that you can actually get some online job which requires you to engage in 2 hours, maybe in the morning or in the evening, then go for it, because this way it's going to make sure that it's going to help you to cater for all your basic needs. The other thing, maybe you can try to think about expanding your business into new market. And I know most of you can actually disagree with me, because they'll be like, how can you expand your business during an economic recession? How can you expand it during tough economic times? But this is my take. For example, imagine wewe ni mtu wa hardware, wewe ni mtu akona cosmetic, you are based in Roysambu, you are based in wherever, and all you do is go early in the morning, open your shop and wait for customers. Have you ever thought that you can actually sell your product to people in Kakamega, in Kisumu, in Mombasa, and etc.? And this will only be facilitated by you going into social media marketing. You will find that once you go into social media marketing, you can be able even to get clients from all over the country, and also those outside the country. And I feel like this is one of the ways in which you can be able to expand your market, because personally I wouldn't advocate you opening a new branch, a physical branch, because it's going to take a business. Usually it's going to take time for it to pick, and again it's during tough economic times. Then it means that it might cost you a lot of money than you never thought. So I think if you go on social media way, then it means that you are actually expanding your business. Then the other way, can you find new ways of marketing your product? Find new ways of marketing your product. I don't know which way actually works for you, but even sometimes, even if it means that influencer, even if it means that if you're used on marketing on Facebook, can you try going to Instagram? Keep on trying new ways of marketing your product, so that you can actually find some change. And finally, make sure that you are consistent. And I will tell you this, for those people who are actually actually marketing their product on social media, or those people who are actually on the social media platform, one of the biggest challenge is consistency. You know, once you do something and you feel like as if you are not getting the impact, you tend to give up. But one of the words that I can say, please be consistent. You might upload something today, market a product today, no sales, tomorrow no sales, no sales. But do not give up, and do not assume that there isn't someone who is actually watching your product and maybe they are saying, oh baby, by end month I'm going to purchase this. So please be consistent, because consistent is key. Consistent is key. Be consistent even if you are not seeing any result. Just be consistent, and at the end of the day it's going to work for you. The other thing that I can actually say is this: make sure that you are taking good care of the basic necessities. And this that does not only include food and shelter, also health. And health comes with, make sure that you're taking good care of your mental well-being. Who are you associating with? Because whoever you are associating with might influence your thoughts, and you might get affected because, well, things are tough. Also, make sure that you are well prepared in terms of maybe your insurance cover. Make sure that you set aside, even if it's a small proportion, of some emergency funds, because it doesn't mean because we are during tough economic times you are not going to get sick. It is not a guarantee. It is not a guarantee that other emergencies, they are not going to arise. They are going to come. And during tough economic times, if you are not well prepared, then you might not find anyone to run into. And I know someone might be asking, where do we get this extra money for the emergencies? Please, even if you want very little, even if it means that you are going to be setting 50 bob or 30 bob per day just for emergency, or you are going to sacrifice a lot to make sure that your health insurance cover is well covered, please go for it. Please go for it. Please take care of those ones. And also your mental well-being. Make sure that you are listening to things that they're actually constructive. They're not going to destroy your mind, because things are tough and we have to stay together. Also, our mind needs to stay together despite the situation. Whatever thing that you are actually doing, kindly stay focused. Stay focused in whatever you are doing. I know maybe you woke up today, you didn't make any sale. I know you woke up, you tarmacked, you didn't get any job. But kindly, can you stay focused? Don't sit down and think that the greener is the don't actually sit and think that the grass is actually greener on the other side. Whatever we are actually facing as a country, tough economic times, these are things which are actually being faced in other places. Usikae mtu leo uko hapa, kesho uko pale, kesho kutu uko pale. You might find that you are going to waste a lot of your resources. Stay focused in whatever you do, and this is just, mi nasema itu ni kaupepo tu, itakuja na ishe, and we are going to stabilize at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we have a God in heaven who actually takes good care of us. Stay focused in whatever you are doing and be consistent. Also, in whatever that you are actually selling, don't forget to promote. Kama unauzanga maua, kama unauzanga mayai, keep promoting whatever product that you sell. If you offer services, keep promoting those services. Don't think because we are facing tough economic times that people do not need your services. They actually need them. Stop saying that because fulani amesema kazi yao iko chini, you start getting those negative minds, kujifeed. Yes, times are tough, lakini hatutaenda nyumbani kama hatujapata kitu. We must get something at the end of the day. Be positive and keep promoting whatever that you offer, whatever service, whatever goods that you sell. Keep promoting it, and you are going to get clients out of it. Yes, actually that is all for our today's video, and thank you so much if you have actually watched up to this juncture. And actually, I do offer a mentorship program for those people who actually want to learn about import. You can always take my number on my About on YouTube channel, or also on my comment section. It's the first comment. You can take my number over there and come to my WhatsApp, and then we are going to discuss more about it. Please don't also forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally, as usual, in our Chinese corner or in our Mandarin corner, today I want to teach you how to say color white color. We say 白色 白色. Until next time, bye bye and 再见.